What's up, everybody? It's Gaming Diva here, and welcome back to another episode of Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator. Now, in this episode, we're going to go through Damien's final date and get his little epilogue afterwards. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright, so after the second date, this is actually what happens next. Now, it's not like a scene with Amanda, it's not like something like that. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we're going to go through this and then on into the third date after that. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh, so I decided to take the long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking in the sights and sounds of a suburban city with a low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head, and now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this out inside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. It turns out that my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over a shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. I look over the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner, nursing a cocktail. Oh, this lady again. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad.
Hey.
She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into the middle distance. Say hi or keep watching the game. I was so mean to her last time. I was like, no, I'm not gonna buy you a drink. I don't even know who you are and you're married, but maybe I should try and be nice to her? We'll say hi. I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me. Hey, cowboy. Oh god. You alright? Never better. She hiccups. Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Oh. Will you walk a gal home? Walk her home or call her a cab? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. What does this have to do with Damien? Oh, let's walk her home. I swear to God, if she tries to sex me up, it's not gonna happen. I slide out of the booth. Seems like Mary's having trouble getting up. I reach a hand out to help her, but she waves me away. I got it. She clearly does not got it. You know what? Hang out here for a second. I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab. Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac and I'm making sure she gets home safe tonight. I know you. Yeah, it's nothing weird, just... She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you. She doesn't, like, go home with... I don't really want to say it. One of the guys she meets? Nah? Ain't her thing. Wait, so she hangs off of other people, gets drinks from them, and then she's like, nah? Huh. I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat and directly into my arms. It's still raining a little bit. I take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head. Such a gentleman. Let's get you home. Mary and I walk in silence up the street towards the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her, for fear she might hit on me, or not. What did the bartender mean by ain't her thing? Sorry you have to see me like this. I'm usually not... I know Joseph doesn't like it when I just... Sorry. It's alright. I'm sorry if I'm ever mean to you. It's alright. No, it's not. I know it's not. I'm really having a really... Forget it. So it seems like their perfect little marriage ain't so perfect, which we also kind of figured out with the whole thing with her and me and Robert, and that's a past episode, so... As we get to the cul-de-sac, I can feel Mary starting to slow down. By the time we arrive to the doorstep, she pulls away from me. Wait, can we just... Hold on. What's wrong?
Huh? Hey.
How about another drink? Old time's sake? Come on, Mary. It's bedtime. Mary looks me up and down, giving me half a smile. You're right. She pulls me in close for a hug, holding on to me for a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest. You're a good kid. Thanks for the company. Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens out her sweater, and walks the rest of the way to her front door herself. Huh. Alright, so I don't know what that whole thing with Mary meant, I'm assuming maybe it has something to do with Damien, because it was right after his second date. I don't know, but we're gonna jump into his third date now. I got it. We can do this. Alright, so we're jumping into the third date. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak. He hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Interestingly enough, though, was that of the Victorian-era Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned it in the graveyard, that it helps you appreciate your life or something? I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe that the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept the fact that death is simply a part of living. It's the single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I'm going to die, you're going to die, and life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era, and yet, funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to take elaborately staged photographs of their dead relatives. Now, I've heard of this. They'll, do them all up in makeup, and they'll pose them when they're dead and take pictures with them. I'll try to see if I can find a picture and post it on here, but man, it is so creepy. Alright, moving on. The minutiae of mourning was so complex that there was a set period of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on those in your life who had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself because you have no modern equivalent for those formalities. We need to allow ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not allow it to consume us. So no, I am not afraid of death. I believe it is a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time that we have here is brief and fleeting, and occasionally cruel, but it is at all times precious. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think it is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Damn, that is deep, Damien. Oh my god. Wow, that's beautiful. I could see the moonlight in the bay glint off Damien's eyes. He smiles, and we turn to the harbor and watch ships pass, breathing in the salty sea air. I look to Damien again, and I can't help but be entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm sorry, I have to take this. Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucian again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay? There's an emergency. Lucian? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh, okay. Is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Then come. There isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a rundown building on the outskirts of town. Cue the creepy music that's happening right now. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. Oh god. Oh god. Wait, what? This is like a hot... It looks like a... Is this a vet clinic? Those are animal cages back there. Okay. I push the surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the walls, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they are so nondescript, I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Damien walks down the corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of a seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo from some place I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound like claws on tile? This is a vet clinic. First off, I work in one. I know. This is a vet clinic. Anyways, I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through to sniff the air. What have I gotten myself into? Suddenly, the lights shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how to get out. I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Oh! What? Okay, no, I knew she was gonna have something to do with this, but I don't know why I'm still surprised. Hey, sailor. Mary? What are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. Oh, it's a shelter. A what? We take care of stray animals and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Oh, sorry, I didn't really expect to see you volunteering at an animal shelter. Actually, me either. Wow. Okay, kid, way to put me in a box. Dames, you hear this baloney? Just one moment. Thunder cracks and a door bursts open, appearing from the shadows. I see Damien. Look at him! He's not goth right now. Okay, fangirling done. Moving on. Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup? I wasn't planning to share the side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company. Wow. I don't know what I, pictured him doing in my head, but it wasn't that. I wear tennis shoes to work, and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle. That much is true. It's just not all that I am, and I need you to know that. Oh, hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs to be attended to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Again? Who's Duchess Cordelia? She's one of the pups. She gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open doors and now she's unstoppable. That dog sounds like a nightmare. Just constantly opening your doors and leaving. Anyways. When did she get out? Huh? This morning. I'm like mixing Mary and Damien's voice together. I can't separate them. Oh god. I went to sing sea shanties to the cats, and when I came back, she'd already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go out and find her. Of course. Where could she be? She always ends up running off into the same places. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little peach, Steva. We just don't want her to be stuck outside when it's cold. Oh. I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look over the map that Mary created for us. Wow, that is, interesting. Oh man, I'm Nerd's house? At least you're not other Nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. Wait, hold on. So we have Mario Batali, other Nerd's house, Dames Smalls, Mary's sick pad, Nerd's house, Coffee Dad, and Kale. Wait, she was talking about how we don't put her in a box, and she literally puts every single one of these dads in a box. So, congrats, kiddo. Where should we head to first? The cul-de-sac, the coffee spoon, the softball field, Bayside, aquarium. So we're probably gonna end up going to all these, I'm assuming. Let's go to the aquarium, that sounds fun. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving toward town. I look over at him. He seems concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find the Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said that the dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. What? It was a really great year for Bark Bark Bark. Is that the horse's name? Okay. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Diva? It'll be easy. We gotta stay positive. Abandon all hope. Ye who enter here. You gotta stay positive. I feel like because that's just like... I'm just gonna go with that. My dad once told me, Diva, you can't shove raisins up your nose. What? And that hurt my feelings. I felt discouraged, but I kept a positive attitude, and you know what? I made it happen. Ew. It might have landed me in the ER and forced me to have 10 golden raisins removed from my nasal cavity, but on that day, I learned that anything is possible if you have a good attitude and abnormally large nostrils. Young children really are resilient, I suppose. Yeah, young children. I was 16. Let's just hope for the best. We got this. So I feel like that wasn't the right answer to say. I should have just said the other one that was positive. I don't remember what it was anymore. Damien and I stopped by the aquarium. Everything looks in order here, but it might help out to get out of the car and take a look. You see anything? No dog here. Not even any sign of her. You know that penguins are considered the goths of the sea? Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Alright, so where to next? Maybe the coffee spoon, because they have like food and stuff there and the dog might be attracted to that, so we'll try that. We park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. It seems like a slow day. Matt sits behind the counter reading a book. Hey, Matt! Didn't expect to see you two here today. What's up?
Huh.
Have you seen any stray dogs around? I can't say I have. You're looking for one? Can you describe them to me? Enormous. That pretty well covers it. Cool. I find stray dogs digging for food scraps in the alley out back sometimes. I'll be sure to keep an eye out. We head back to the car. Okay. Cul-de-sac? I don't know. Oh, it's Brian! Oh, my first daddy. Anyways, we drive through the cul-de-sac and everything seems pretty normal. It looks like Brian's out doing some yard work. We pull into Brian's driveway and hop out. Hey, don't step on the grass. I just mowed. Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today? Aside from your underwater lawn? Oh, here we go. How dare you? I take my lawn very seriously. Diva, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? Well, a few hours ago I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It's going to take forever to retill the soil. It could be our dog, or a rather feisty raccoon. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry. Ate all my tomatoes. I'm very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it to its former glory, please do not hesitate to contact me. Will do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. She's probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food somewhere else. So, maybe we should go back to the coffee shop, because if she's hungry, he said that dogs dig through his scraps or whatever, so we're gonna go there. We head back inside the coffee spoon. Hey, Matt. Guys, I think I may have seen the dog you were looking for. You did? A brown mastiff? The size of a house? Yeah, I saw it digging through the trash out back. It ran away when I tried to get close, though. Did you see what direction it ran in? Matt thinks for a second. It might have been running east, I think? That pup tore through 3 pans of grateful banana bread. Want to take some for the road just in case? Sure thing. Matt packages up a slice. Thanks for the slice. The road slice. This grateful banana bread is gonna be so good. I think he meant to give it to you for the dog? Right. I meant, it's gonna be so good for the dog to eat. I fear that the hours are growing short. We must make haste to find the Duchess by sundown. Damien's looking more stressed out by the minute. I gotta think of something to lighten the mood. What kind of dogs do vampires have? Knock knock. How many goths does it take to screw in a light bulb? None of these seem like they would actually make him feel better. Are these all jokes? Like, is it like a, what kind of dogs do a vampire have? And then it's like some, okay, we're gonna go with that. I would imagine it would be unwise for a vampire to take in the company of a smaller mammal for the means of companionship. It would be too tempting to... A bloodhound. I was gonna say a bloodhound, Damien. Oh, shit. Well, that's not gonna go so well. Oh, yes. Jeez. I keep reading Damien directions from the map as we drive toward town. So, the coffee spoon's here. East would be the cul-de-sac. Or the Bayside. Oh, let's go to the cul-de-sac. We arrive at the cul-de-sac to find everything looking normal, except... Uh-oh. Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors. This is a classic Duchess Cordelia, a telltale sign. We should approach with caution. Whatever goes down in there, I've got your back. We creep up to the porch and step inside. Oh, she's cute too! Oh. There, sitting in the center of Hugo's living room, like she owns the damn place, is one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Woof. I feel like she's having a deep bark. Woof. Well, she hasn't broken anything in here yet. Wonderful. Now all we have to do is get this leash on her before she tries to escape again and get out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. Duchess, come here. The Duchess eyes Damien warily. As he approaches, she begins to growl. Oh, hell no. She's on her guard. We'll need another plan. Hand her a dog treat, give her the grateful banana bread. Give her the banana bread. I reach into my pocket and pull out the slice of grateful banana bread Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air and hones in for the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I've got some yummy homemade vegan and possibly gluten-free banana bread, if that's what you're into. The Duchess cautiously approaches me and gives the bread a good sniff before gently taking it from my hand and dropping it onto the ground, like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the bread. Success! Damien walks up behind the Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices something and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives a tug on the leash. She won't move. Duchess, what happened to our rapport? You and I used to be bosom buddies. She still doesn't move. She's huge and there's no way we could even try to lift her. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. What are you nerds doing? Oh, it's Ernest. I was like, I don't think Hugo would say something like that. Anyways, Ernest stands in the doorway with a plate of pizza rolls. Don't tell your dad about this. We're definitely not trespassing. What flavor pizza rolls are though? We're definitely not trespassing. It looks like you're trespassing. Well, yeah. It just looks like that. Damien, what are we doing? Trespassing? Damn it! Oh my god, I'm getting so many bad answers this time. You do me in like that? The Duchess notices Ernest and starts pulling against the leash. Why is this dog in my house? It's a long... The Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien's grip and hurtles towards Ernest. Oh shit. Ah! Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. Hey, she likes pizza rolls! Ernest sits up, but the dog keeps licking his face. Oh, hey! Hugo stands in the door looking like he's at a loss for words. Yeah, I bet if you came home and two guys, a dog, a giant dog, were just like sitting in your living room, you'd be like,
Whoa.
Why are you guys, whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Oof. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia? How do you do? Orf. We're friends. The Duchess looks at Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out and we've been chasing her all around town. Your house was her final stop. Dad, can we keep her? Ernest, I don't know if we're set up to take care of a... Wait, did you just call me Dad? Come on, please. Look at how cute she is. Hugo sighs. We had been talking about adopting a dog for a while. But you have to promise you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires, and all the diseases that probably come with it too. I suddenly remember what's on the back of the map and pull out a pen from my pocket. I've got the forms ready for you if you're interested. I'll even waive the adoption fee since, you know, we technically broke into your household. Well, alright, it's a deal. Hugo steps out onto the porch with us and signs the forms while Ernest plays with the Duchess inside. He sure seems happy with his new friend. I know, he called me Dad. Can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this will be a really good thing for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks on your doors, though. The Duchess is a wily one, but do right by her and she'll love you too forever. Thank you. Oh, that was kind of nice. A lot different than I thought was going to go down, but... And long story short, the Duchess now lives in a happy home and neither of us were charged for breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it was a fine day's work. Nice work, you two. Diva, you could be a valuable asset to our team of volunteers, you know. If you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. Well, I'll catch you fellas later. Mary starts to leave. And one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Oh, yeah. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back and I got... and I got a vested interest in his health, success, and well-being if you ever hurt him. Mary? You can fill in the blanks. I gulp. Yes, ma'am. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. So, about the whole goth thing. I completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Am I missing something here? I'm not a cool goth prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. Don't you care? He looks so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of your goth stuff? That's all cool. But the best thing I like about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. It doesn't matter what it is. You care, and that's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring at all? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. Really fucking boring. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. Why? I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. Also why? I get cranky about commercials being too loud. That's also true. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Huh. Then maybe we can be boring together? It would never be boring if I was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between us and pulls me in for a hug. He buries his face in my shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away from me a second and looks me in the eyes. Without the colored contacts, his eyes are so dark and soulful. May I kiss you? Of course, does a bat have wings? Thou art welcome. Oh, I don't know. I've picked so many wrong answers on this one. Okay. I don't think making a goth joke would be funny at this point, because he's not... Of course. I'd love that. Damn it, I think I picked the wrong one. He smiles slightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and gives me an intense look. Do you want to... help me take care of the puppies? Yes. Damien and I arrive back in the cul-de-sac, our fingers intertwined. Like a proper gentleman, he walks me up to my doorstep. This was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. I'm very happy I can be myself around you. I'm glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Alright, so I know this one did not go well, so... Oh my god.
Simply a majestic evening.
Oh, I got 384 dad points. That is so bad. Oh. Alright, well, we'll continue on to the part with the epilogue where they sit under the cherry blossom tree together and see what kind of unfolds there. Alright, so we're at this last part with Damien. I take a seat next to Damien as the last guests make their way out of the party. Did you know in the Victorian era they would call benches seedy boys? What? Really? I'm kidding, Diva, but what if? Good to see you in your civvies again. Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Diva, and I think it was largely due to your continued influence upon me. There was a version of myself that might have been embarrassed to show you my true form, my information technology form. But what you said about me, about how my passion was what you truly admired, that emboldened me to feel like myself regardless of how I choose to dress and act.
Oh.
Instead of separate entities, they are simply different facets of myself, a three-dimensional human being with his own thoughts, wants, and needs. I love dressing the way that I do, but feeling constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand made me lose sight of why I did this in the first place, to make myself happy. I place my hand in Damien's, and I feel a light squeeze. Looking up, I'm greeted by Damien's warm smile. I'm trying to be more comfortable with who I am, rather than dwelling on what I could be to other people. I can't stop smiling. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you've realized that you can be a dog-loving goth. Aw. Me too, Diva. Me too. I feel myself inching closer and closer to Damien. I go to brush a lock of hair out of his face, and I am shocked by how soft it is. How is your hair so soft? Dog shampoo. I keep running my hands through his hair as he leans closer to me. Placing a hand on the side of my face, he strokes my cheek with his thumb. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. Damien pulls me in for a kiss. But I think I can make an exception for you. Aww. That is so sweet! Now, we gotta make sure we zoom past this so that way we get to see Damien's picture at the end. But that is the end of Damien's route, and like I said, he's kind of my new favorite dad. It was definitely a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought he was gonna be like really strange and not my type, I guess. But overall, I absolutely loved his route. But, oh! That is so cool! Ah! Anyways, we're gonna be trying out Hugo's route sometime probably next week. So be looking forward to that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye!